The Midnight Channel. Der Channel, welche für euch ab sofort die neuesten und gruseligsten Videos hochlädt, welche unter den Ghost Hunters geteilt werden. Viel Vergnügen.
In the past that he and his family are living in a really old apartment complex that before renovation work was serving as a hotel. Many ghost stories are being told by the building management, and Danny has seen some really weird stuff in there as well. Today he was following his son into the building's elevator to go back to their unit. It was then that he caught something pretty mysterious.
What?
He just said the boy's in here. Since he's still a fetus, I really didn't understand what he meant.
Bro, right above you. What is that? On the wall. No, do you see that? What? Bro. What?
Danny states that he saw something strange right above his son, and then there were those two handprints that appeared out of nowhere. They look tiny, so it is believed that they belong to a child, a ghost child perhaps. His son is talking about a little boy that he's seeing once in a while. Could he be the reason for this event? Really eerie, isn't it?
Schon wären wir bei Video Nummer 2, kennst du den Unterschied zwischen einem Poltergeist und sogenannten Shadow Peoples?
It was only after the mysterious knocking had stopped that the intruder looked to the side and saw what appeared to be a shadowy figure peeping from down the hall. It seems to be observing him before creeping away from sight. Not sure if he was just seeing things, he walks over to where the figure was seen, but eerily finds nothing there. Now, it wasn't until posting this video that viewers had noticed something odd about the figure. After being spotted by the intruder, it moves in such a way that seems very unnatural. It almost appears to be floating or even sliding away from view. Just like the surveillance footage from earlier, viewers find this video baffling. But there has yet to be more footage posted. Until then, we'll have to base our judgment on the evidence currently in hand. Doubtless, this video is pretty spooky.
Schon wären wir bei Video Nummer 2, kennst du den Unterschied zwischen einem Poltergeist und sogenannten Shadow Peoples?
It would appear that a semi-transparent shape is standing up there and then disappearing. Did Samuel and his family capture a real spirit that night? If not, what else could have caused this effect in your opinion? It's pretty intriguing though, isn't it?
Schon sind wir beim zweitletzten Video angelangt. Hier wird eine friedliche Familie von etwas ganz Bösem belästigt, sowie im Anschluss auch noch von anderen Personen Videos zu sehen sind, welche auf ähnliche Weise heimgesucht worden sind.
I love spending time with his children. If you hop over to his channel, you'll find that most of his videos have a wholesome quality to them. However, out of all the videos on there, 2 in particular stand out from the rest. These 2 videos are different in that they show something that doesn't fit with the family-friendly content of this channel. If anything, they seem to have come from a horror movie, one that is based on a family terrorized by paranormal activity. As it turns out though, that's exactly the case here. Jerry has been encountering strange occurrences in his home that seem to be paranormal in nature. On May 26th of 2009, he is suddenly woken up by a strange noise inside his living room. He immediately grabs his phone and begins to record. Jerry writes, "I have never seen anything like this. My wife and I were awakened by the sound of a door closing. This video is all I got before me and my family left the house." This is what he caught.
I don't know if everybody can see this, and I've done it.
Strangely, the handle on the other side of the door is being turned as though someone inside were doing this. But, as shown in the video, no one is in there. An encounter like this would definitely spook anyone. But then again, there are some who might write this off as being caused by a draft entering the handle's lock. Although it isn't sure if that's the case, it's the second video that seemingly dispels this notion. On July 11 of 2009, Jerry's recording his son when all of a sudden, something really creepy happens. Take a look.
Whoa!
The same closet from the first video can be seen opening on its own. Then, seconds later, a toy flips over by itself. It almost seems like whatever had been inside had tripped over this toy in its attempt to get to the child. It is immediately then that he grabs his son and rushes out of the living room at once. Understandably, Jerry was totally spooked. Viewers believe that he might be dealing with something paranormal. But, as with most videos, it's hard to be sure if that's so. Could it be that a supernatural presence resides in Jerry's closet? Or is something else going on here? You be the judge.
Und nun zeigen wir euch das Video der Woche. Das ist ein Originalreport von einer Kirche in England, welche von ganz komischen Kreaturen heimgesucht wurde. Traust du dich nachts alleine in eine Kirche oder ist dir dies auch zu spukig?
Investigators Jeff and Phil from the YouTube channel Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations are the first ghost hunting team to ever be allowed to explore and investigate the infamous Mount Fitchett Church near Stansted, Mount Fitchett, England. The church itself has stood for over 900 years and is surrounded by an ancient graveyard. The burial ground is the final resting place for some entire families, as well as wealthy lords of the past and soldiers who perished in battle long ago in many different wars. With hundreds of years of dark history, it's no surprise that the church is said to be extremely haunted. Visitors claim to hear sounds and voices, and a photo was captured of what appears to be two shadow figures sitting in one of the pews. The Mount Fitchett Church was closed and abandoned in 1967. The Ghost Tech team sets up a few static cameras and sits down to ask some questions of any spirit that might be present. When Phil asks for a sign, something seems to answer.
Could you make yourself known, either by talking to us, shouting your name, or banging on something, or moving something? Could you do that now for me, please? That was definitely footsteps.
Yeah.
There's no one else around here, not even outside. There's no one for a, it's just countryside. There's no one around here. That was footsteps inside on the floor, and it was right down there at the back where the door is. Here is the enhanced audio taken from our static cam facing the chancel. That was definitely footsteps.
Yeah.
If you'd like to communicate with us, please do so. We don't mean you no harm or disrespect. Earlier on, we heard we both hear a voice come from the opposite end of the church, but even after enhancing the distant voice, we cannot make out what is being said. Earlier on, we heard
The two friends hear the sound of footsteps and a soft voice coming from somewhere inside the church. Later, as day turns to night, the team sets up static night vision cameras to continue recording. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Can you hear us? I ask if any of the spirits can hear us, and we receive a response as there is loud banging as we enter the chancel. Here is the enhanced audio. Can you hear us? We end our first session, and unknown to us at the time, our static cam 1 is capturing a shadow figure moving within the chapel.
A loud sound can be heard and their static camera captures the shadow moving in and out of sight in one corner. Now it's worth mentioning that investigators Jeff and Phil are far away and walking in the opposite direction. So whatever this shadow is, it couldn't have been cast by either of them. Now this story doesn't stop there because the Ghost Tech guys aren't the only ones who seem to have captured strange paranormal evidence at the Mount Fitchett Church. A little over a year ago, 42-year-old Stephen Regoli was hit by a train and lost his life near the old Mount Fitchett Church. A hiker captured something on camera near the train tracks. Something downright chilling. A terrifying pale translucent figure can be seen drifting through the air on a path near the church. So, could it be that the Mount Fitchett Church is truly haunted? Did Jeff and Phil capture evidence of spirits that still walk the church grounds? Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire video and a follow-up part 2 that will be coming soon over on the YouTube channel, Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations. The Tower of Terror. In what's supposed to be the happiest place on earth, an ominous mock grand hotel towers above the awestruck, happy crowd below. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror in Disney's California Adventure Park is a free-fall ride that's dedicated to the popular TV show, The Twilight Zone. Now, over the years, the Tower of Terror attraction became known for one particularly creepy real-life ghost story. It is said that a Disney cast member suddenly suffered a massive heart attack and passed away while welcoming guests onto the ride. Many visitors and employees claim to have seen his ghost and have reported random noises and flickering of the lights, even when the ride is not in operation. Sam Worth was visiting the park and recorded videos to capture the fun trip with his family. To his surprise, he also captured something he did not expect at the Tower of Terror. A strange translucent apparition can be seen on one of the levels at the Tower of Terror. Now, many of Sam's viewers believe the figure to simply be another hologram on the ride. But I looked through hours of footage of this ride on YouTube and I have not found any evidence of there being a hologram at this particular spot on the ride. In fact, this is the area on the ride where a picture is taken of the guests. So the creepy apparition remains a mystery. But Sam isn't the only one who captured bizarre footage on the Tower of Terror. In this next video, a maintenance man is doing a routine safety and quality check on the Disney ride. He's completely alone. Or is he? The uncut footage is over 2 minutes long, but to save time, I just cut the video down to the spookiest parts. Did you see it? A bizarre figure appears on a seat behind the maintenance man, but it's only visible for less than a second, 3/20ths of a second to be exact. The figure then moves 2 seats away right next to the oblivious worker, and it appears 2 more times. Again, I checked to make sure that there are no hologram effects in place in the seating area, and there are none. Also, the hologram effects that appear on the ride show multiple characters, and none of them are seated as these figures appear to be. So it seems very unlikely that this would be a reflection. So just what is this? Could it be that the spirit of the man who suddenly lost his life on the Disney ride is still around? Or is it just some very, very strange light reflection? you decide. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Attachment. Paranormal investigator Jordan from the YouTube channel Paranormies says that he believes some dark, angry spirit has attached itself to him after one of their investigations. So, back during an investigation at a haunted church in Canada, Jordan and fellow investigator Johnny accidentally let go of a Ouija board planchette without saying goodbye, which legend around the board says that you're never supposed to do. Jordan says that with every paranormal investigation since, something seems to be surrounding him, and even physically attacking him. Even more disturbing, the entity seems to have followed him home. The investigator has experienced trouble sleeping, continuously waking up throughout the night, and he says he feels drained of energy each day. One night Jordan wakes up in what he believes to be a state of sleep paralysis, and he sees a woman with long dark hair watching him from his bedroom door. The woman disappears, but since then Jordan says he has seen the woman many times from the corner of his eye. Disturbed by what's happening to him, he decides to spend a few nights in his parents' RV, away from his home and family. He wants to confirm once and for all if a strange presence is truly attached only to him. It did not go well. The first night, nothing much happens, but the second night, Jordan begins to hear something very frightening.
I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but I've been hearing that all night. I can barely get to sleep.
A strange, unexplained static sound seems to resonate throughout the entire RV, and Jordan is unable to pinpoint exactly where the noise is coming from. It almost sounds like a voice is trying to break through the static. And the next night, it just gets worse.
Who is that? Hello? Who are you? Why are you following me? Anybody in there?
After his terrifying experiences in the RV, Jordan returns home. But back at his house, his little dog Zeus seems to be very disturbed by something Jordan can't see. Jordan picks up his camera and begins to film.
What's wrong? Something there? What the f is it? What the f? Zeus, what's going on?
Little Zeus sees something and jumps back in fear. What happens next is downright chilling.
Hello? Why are you following me? Who are you? Who are you? This I'm so done with this.
In the reflection of the window, Jordan sees someone or something staring back at him from around the hallway corner. He quickly pans around, but no one there. When he walks into the hallway, he hears a growl, and the bathroom door swings open and a bath towel falls to the floor. This is when Jordan has just had enough for a while, and decides to leave and stay over at the home of friend and fellow investigator Johnny. So what do you think is happening to Jordan? Could something dark and sinister truly be stalking him? Let me know in the comments. You can check out this entire video with even more paranormal events over on the YouTube channel Paranormies. And they say part 2 will be coming soon.
Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Wir hoffen, es hat dir gefallen. Bis zum nächsten Mal, vergiss nicht, uns zu abonnieren. Vielen Dank.